Okay, what are we going with?
The tension is judging others.
Well, then I say we just go with the first one I did.
Fine, you're saying it. I don't care.
Hey, Judgy McJudgerson, this one's for you.
Welcome, everybody, to our 5-minute focus this week. I want to read something that the Bible tells us, and I'm reading this for the purpose of a reminder to all of us of this. Do not judge, or you will be judged. For in the same way, or in the same measure that you judge others, you will be judged. And with the measure that you use, it will be measured to you. That is a great reminder, because it is easy for all of us to find ourselves judging other people in areas that we don't have a problem in.
Oh, I think we're going to all run into people this week that, whether it's something that they did that we would have done differently, or maybe a certain personality trait, or financial decision, or relationship, whatever. It's very easy for us to judge as Americans.
It is. And I know a real quick example is I know a person that this was quite a few years ago, and he was so critical and so judgmental about people who got divorced. Like, oh, look at those people can't manage their own life, and they got divorced, and God doesn't want you to get. And he was very hard on people who got a divorce. And then about 4 or 5 years later, sometime later, he was divorced.
Gosh.
And here's the thing. He spoke his own condemnation out when he judged others according to a measure of, this is something you cannot do. You failure if you do this. Yet he did it himself. What a great reminder to us.
For sure.
And I think there's two things that we need to be thoughtful of. We need to think about whenever we're tempted to, and we're all tempted. Like you said, we will see people who do things that we don't agree with, or things that we think fall really, really short. That I think there's two things to remember, and why we just should hold our tongue, why we should just give people little grace is because of this. The first of all is this: we don't know where we will be someday.
That is true. I don't know where my life's going. I don't have a crystal ball or anything like that. And I think we like to think of ourselves higher than we probably should, but I mean, we're all people. We're all capable of ugly sin. You know?
And if you criticize people's kids who grow up and they don't turn out exactly right and stuff, if you're hard and criticize them, that'll be the same measure that you don't know someday. Now, you're doing everything you can to prevent it, but you don't know where your kids will be someday.
Yeah.
It's the same with divorce or with money, people filing bankruptcy or somebody not having a job or being unemployed. It'd be easy for us to look at them and say, well, they don't have a job. What's wrong with them? We don't know where we will be someday.
For sure.
So withhold judgment, because we don't know. That could be me someday. And we just judged ourselves very critically. The second thing to remember, is to be reminded of this, not to judge, is because we may never be divorced. We may never go bankrupt. Our kids may turn out
fill in the
great.
blank with whatever you judge.
But what about the other things in our life that we don't see others do, that we aren't perfect as?
Right.
The very next line in this, I'm just going to read it quickly. It says, why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own? Isn't it true? It's easy to criticize. I find myself being tempted to criticize people who blow up or get angry or get all excited about stuff. I in my head, I always think that, oh, you handled that well. Like people freak out about the little stuff, because that generally isn't a problem I have. But what other problems do I have?
Sure.
And what other problems do you have? It's easy to judge those things we don't like. It's easy to judge those things that we have a handle on. Hey, I don't swear. I don't use bad language ever. So we got a handle on that. So we criticize it. Maybe that's your criticism of me. I don't know.
Kidding.
I don't know.
I think, we all, it's easy for us to all overlook our own faults.
It is.
But when we get called out on them, we all want the other person to show us grace, right?
Yes.
We don't want somebody to come down hard on us and lay the law and beat us up. So maybe if we did that to others and we all did that together, we'd all get what we wanted.
So I think Jesus is pretty wise when he himself says, do not judge others, because it is the same measure that you judge them will be coming right back to us. So let's show people grace so that grace will come back to us.
This week when you're tempted, push pause and show them some grace.
Amen. Thank you.
Hey, we really hope that this video was helpful for you. If you'd like to stay up to date on our weekly content, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click on that little bell icon so you can be notified when new videos are uploaded. And if you'd like to support the ministries here at Access Church and help make videos like this possible, there'll be a link in the description below. As always, we appreciate your partnership in helping us draw people into a growing relationship with God through Jesus Christ.